Hello friends and family, my name is Daniel Burrell and welcome to Diary of a Manic. Today's topic is Hannibal Lecter, as you may have guessed from the title of this video, and I'm really excited for this video. Let me know how you like it in the comment section below, and if you like it, I'll keep on going with these videos. If you don't like it, then obviously I will not keep going with these videos. So, a couple disclaimers. Spoiler alert. That's pretty obvious. Okay, the second one is I'm not a registered psychologist. I am a student, but I'm not a psychologist. I want you guys to keep that in mind when you listen to this video and you don't say, well, you're not a psychologist, why can you do this? Well, I've done a crap load of research and I've worked really hard on this. So I just wanted to warn you guys. So, where do I start with Hannibal Lecter? Really, I don't even know. He's been played by many different actors and worn many different faces. I really love that joke. It's really funny if you've seen Silence of the Lambs. If not, then it's not as funny. So, I'm going to talk about Hannibal as he's known in the TV show, much like I did Will Graham. That's mostly because I've seen Hannibal in 3 different mediums now. I've seen him in the books, I've read 2 of the books, I've seen 2 of the movies, and I've seen the TV show. And I find Hannibal and Will's relationship is really interesting in the TV show. And I also think that he is just generally really interesting in the TV show. So that being said, we're going to start with his early life, which kind of doesn't change that much between everything. So Hannibal was a single child until he was around 6 when his sister Misha was born. Misha is a very important part of the story, and I'm going to be mentioning her a lot, so you're going to memorize that name by the end of this video. The two formed a strong, affectionate bond. When he was still young, his family left their estate in Lithuania to escape Hitler's blitzkrieg. Most of his family was lost when a German bomber trying to disable a Soviet tank literally hit his family, and he lost most of his family. Only him and Misha survived. They managed to escape to a hunting lodge where they lived on their own for some time, when tragedy struck. Because really, what more tragedy can happen when you lose most of your family? But wait, there's more. The lodge they were living in was invaded by a group of Lithuanian collaborators turned looters. Hannibal and Misha were held hostage by these looters for some time, and then Misha was murdered and cannibalized. Hannibal managed to escape, but only to be severely traumatized by his sister's death and rendered mute for some time. That's a big plot point in Hannibal Rising. Moving on to Hannibal's adult life, Hannibal Lecter is a serial killer and cannibal. The funny thing about Hannibal, and I don't know if I say this like funny haha or funny weird, but he typically only kills people that he finds rude or ill-mannered, or if it's in self-defense or something. But generally, he's like, "Oh, you're so rude. I'm gonna eat you for breakfast." So, he has refined taste growing up to a certain age in Lithuania with his rich family. He grew up learning proper etiquette and courtesies, and he grew up with fine food and fine drink. Hannibal was raised by orphan families when he moved to the United States at a young age. It was obvious from a young age that he was brilliant. He had a nearly eidetic memory, having learned to use the mnemonic device of building a mind palace. If you will remember, we talked a little bit about mind palaces in Will's video because he uses the mnemonic device of a mind palace when he's in the Baltimore State Hospital for the Criminally Insane. Yes, that's a mouthful. A mind palace, or memory palace if you will, is a method of memory enhancement where you've constructed a virtual home or palace in your mind. This is often based on a place you've once called home or currently live. This is because you have to know the building pretty well to make it your mind palace. Hannibal's own mind palace or memory palace is rumored to be a combination of the castle he grew up in Lithuania and church in Rome. It kind of differs between stories, so I don't really know what to go by. Hannibal wanders through his mind palace with ease, conjuring numerous memories of songs he's heard, faces he has seen, people he's eaten, the usual. There are a few places that Hannibal himself cannot go in his memory palace, though. One such place is where the memory of his sister Misha is kept. The mind of Hannibal Lecter is a mystery to everyone in the TV show, movies, and books. He lacks regular human emotion and obviously lacks empathy, seeing as he's a psychopath. But what is his attraction to Will Graham? Will Graham is a toy to play with, he's a friend, he's almost a brother to Hannibal, which is pretty cool if you really think about it. So, what attracts them to each other? Why do they become friends? Hannibal he has a lack of empathy, and Will, he has pure empathy. They're opposite sides of the spectrum. So, what makes them get along? One of my theories is that opposites attract here. More or less they attract into a very unhealthy relationship. As with Will and Hannibal, the relationship indeed does get very unhealthy. Hannibal uses Will's pure empathy to his advantage, no matter what he does, no matter who he eats, no matter who he kills. Will can empathize with him and he kind of sees the reasoning behind Hannibal's action. Oh, that guy was rude. Of course he had to kill him. Oh, let's have breakfast. So, Hannibal also allows Will's empathy to take the opportunity to remove the person suit that he wears around most people, knowing he won't be judged too harshly by Will. He also sees the potential to kill that Will has. So as we talked about with Will Graham, he's battling PTSD, depression, major anxiety, and he empathizes with serial killers all day. He's bound to snap one of these days, and Hannibal wants him to snap so he's not alone in his killing world. One of my other theories of Hannibal is his attraction to dinner parties where he serves human meat. I think he does this so he doesn't feel so alone in the world. Yes, I mentioned it again. But he lives a very lonely life. He grew up with virtually no family. He grew up as a psychopath, and that would be difficult making friends. He moved from foster home to foster home as well. He never really had a chance to make any friends, and the friends that he makes in his adult life, they don't even know the true Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal used his brilliance to his advantage when he chose his professions. This is obvious when you think of him being a surgeon. He had nearly eidetic memory. Of course, he could pass medical school. But I would assume that his urge to kill kind of took over when he had a patient on the operating table. It would be pretty difficult, I imagine, if you're a murderous psychopath, to have someone under anesthesia on an operating table and not go, oops, I nicked this, now he's dead. Can I have his spleen? I don't want to eat it. So, I imagine it would be pretty difficult for him. He moved into psychiatry when he left working as a surgeon. My theory behind this is that he wanted to be in control, and also he didn't want to feel like he was the only person in the world that was damaged. Again, the loneliness. Yes, I brought it up again. If he's surrounded by people who have mental health issues, then he wouldn't feel so damaged, and he would feel sort of a sense of belonging. Not that he would ever admit to having a mental health issue, though. So, what's your opinion of Hannibal Lecter? Do you think he would have turned out the way he did had Misha survived? Would he have had the willpower to suppress his urges if she had been around to help? I, for one, think that Hannibal's urge to murder wouldn't have been suppressible. He would have had to kill to feel whole. Or he could have, gone to therapy and stuff, but who does that? So, what I think was really affected by Misha's death, as opposed to Hannibal's urge to kill, was his urge to cannibalize. Most serial killers keep trophies as sort of a reminder of their kill and how it made them feel. Hannibal, on the other hand, has the taste. He has a tangible feeling of cooking someone. This is what gives him the sense of power he feels over people and the sense of power he desires. His psychiatry can only allow him so much power over people, and in his eyes, nothing really can give you much more power over someone than eating them. I guess that's right. I don't know, I've never tried it, but I really don't have a sense of not belonging, and I don't have a sense of feeling powerless or anything. So, let me know what you thought of this video. If you enjoyed it, I'll keep doing some more. I wanted to do Dr. Chilton next. I thought he would be a really interesting character. And yeah, if you don't like these videos, then I'll just move on to something else. I have some other videos in mind that I would like to do. So yeah, last but not least, guys, thanks for watching and have a great day.